Hi girls, and welcome back to my channel. This is the second video of my breastfeeding series. Today I will keep telling my story and I'll share how I managed to don't get my breast engorged. If you haven't seen the previous video about how I started my lactation while my baby couldn't eat on her own, I will leave the link to it on top here and in the description down below, so you should definitely check it out. Also, I would like to take a moment and encourage you to click that red button below to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, because I upload motherhood and lifestyle videos every Thursday and I would love to have you join me for the next one. Without further ado, let's get into the topic. As you know, at first our breast produces colostrum. Then in about 3 days after birth, we have our milk coming in, and it happens very sudden. Our body doesn't know how much milk this baby needs, or maybe you had multiples, so it produces as much milk as it possibly can in the first 10 days. After that, if you feed on demand, your baby will regulate your milk supply according to his or her needs. So, if you do nothing about it, then most probably you will get engorged in the first days. And engorgement is not just very painful. Most importantly, being engorged doesn't let your baby to latch and eat, because your breast becomes as hard as a stone. However, there are ways to avoid engorgement. The first way is to stay on the lookout for your milk coming in, to start using this special expressing technique on time, meaning staying up all day and all night, because as I said, your milk can come in any second. You can decide to go for a half an hour nap and wake up already with huge and painful breast. The second way is to limit your liquids intake gradually. I did so. In the first 24 hours after birth, I had all the waters, soups and teas I wanted, but the second 24 hours after birth, I limited myself to 1 liter or 34 ounces of liquid. The third day I only had 900 milliliters, which is about 30 ounces. Then it was 800, 700, 600 and 500 milliliters. After that, I started going backwards in these numbers, and by the day 10, I already was drinking all the water I wanted. Typically, at this point, engorgement won't happen. Also, you shouldn't take a hot shower and do not have any hot drinks. Apply cold to your breast between feedings if you still need some relief. I will leave the system on all these numbers in the description down below, so you can take another look at it or take a screenshot. To tell you the truth, limiting my liquids was very hard. At some point I wanted to quit, but what stopped me was that feeling of milk coming in every time more and more when I take just one sip of water. Not being engorged doesn't mean feeling light and painless. Breastfeeding still hurts in the beginning, and I talk more about it in my postpartum video update. So my breast still had more than enough milk, it still hurt, it still was sensitive, and the thought of getting engorged was terrifying, especially because this would have made my baby not able to breastfeed, and this was extremely important to me. If you already watched my previous breastfeeding journey video, then you know that Michaela went through NICU. And in order for doctors to get her discharged, she had to be either bottle or breastfed for 24 hours straight. And breastfeeding is hard for a new mom. You and your baby are just learning everything about it. I was trying to get her latched correctly while tears were running down my face because of how unbelievably it hurt me. She got a bottle before my breast. That was the problem. She was sliding down to my nipple every time and it hurt horribly. Also, I think that pumping around the clock made my nipples even more sensitive. Nurses in NICU were doubting if I can do this. They saw in how much pain I was. Also, it was not clear for them how much the baby getting. My husband also felt bad for me, and he even asked Maybe we should let them give her a bottle just for them to see it clearly that she is sucking good, that she is getting enough, and just to get out of NICU as soon as we can. But I knew that this would make it even worse. I was trying to improve her latch. I was there for every feeding. I was taking that pain and smiling to nurses just to ensure them that we're doing just fine, because I knew it will get better. That's why it was so important for me to don't get engorged, because that would have been the beginning of the end of my breastfeeding. Nipple confusion is real, especially at a newborn stage. So I chose to limit my liquids, and it worked for me. We got out of NICU because she was exclusively breastfed for 24 hours straight and ever since. And if you will want to do this technique as well, I want to mention that you have to count all the liquids you have: soups, teas, juicy veggies or juicy fruits. Also, I want to mention that you shouldn't limit yourself more than 10 days. After that, you should drink plenty of water. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this trick will help you as well. And if this video was helpful, please give it thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to don't miss out on a new video of my breastfeeding series, where I will keep telling my story as well as sharing helpful tips that I've learned along the way. And I want to wish health for you and your baby. And I'll see you next week. Bye.